I did, yes. Yeah, we decided that we would try in the summer time, and it worked the first time. So yeah, now I have another one on the way. So a little boy that's 2.5, and a little girl that's coming now. So.
Yay! Do you have the name picked out?
No idea. We thought we were having a boy. We were convinced that it was going to be a boy, and now it's a girl.
Are you going to do one of those things where you just give her the boy name anyway and
so.
let her deal with it?
Yes.
It's like the boy named Sue, only in reverse.
Now, yeah, they're going to move to Vegas, him and his wife, and so we're actually going there for Christmas this year. But the kids do get along really well together, and it's kind of funny seeing like that whole baby thing grow up into a toddler, and now they're like little people. It's crazy. It's good.
Anybody else? Any new family members I need to know about? Anybody else in the band?
Nothing yet.
Mike has 3 dogs, I think.
Yeah.
Those are his children, so he's happy with them.
Those are the best kind of kids. Honest to goodness, they really are. No, except for yours, Brad. Yours and David's are the best kids ever.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Not yet. A couple of shows like this past summer, but nothing for an extended period of time. And then in March, I mean, when we go out on the road, it's basically just for 3 weeks. So that'll be the longest actually period of time that I'll have been away from my family, which is a little bit weird. But I guess you have to look at it from the outside too. 3 weeks out of a year, we're only doing 35, 40 dates a year now. So. In the grand picture of things, the trade-off is kind of nice when you're home for a good period of time as well.
Absence makes the heart grow fonder, right?
Really?
That's what I hear.
My wife doesn't believe that. I don't know about that.
When are you going on the road?
Yeah, exactly. 35 dates, that's it? Okay.
We've always been rushed to record a record. Always because we were so busy, we were going like 200 something shows a year and 300 days a year gone, and you come back to town and say, "Oh, I got to write on April 14th and 15th. Let's write a hit." And it never worked that way. So we started writing this record, and we had the time to do it and write song. We were writing, and wow, we're got about 5 songs now. Now 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And it's like, wow, we wrote like 10 songs. We never did that before.
The bulk of the weight is on our shoulders because there was no outside, label, PR that was saying, listen, you have to stay within, these kind of brackets. I really feel like it's a really great representation of the sound on the road. And that's always been a goal of ours, is to take the sound live, bring it back in the studio, recreate that. Tough to do, but this is, I feel, the best representation yet, so excited.
And nobody knows better than us how we sound and what it's supposed to sound like.
I can be completely honest right now, is that we haven't started playing them live on the road yet, so we don't have much of a reaction from the fans. We know what we love in our hearts, but once we see what's going on from a different perspective, then that might change our opinion. But I can't say that I have a favorite right now. Do you guys?
Mine would be probably Love Hangover is a track on the album that I feel was like my dark horse, a few months ago. And I've heard feedback from a few people, friends and family, that have heard this stuff in the last couple weeks and have felt the same way. So maybe that's an indication of, good things to come from that song. So we're kind of in that weird stage right now where it's been done for a few weeks. We're just kind of letting it be. People are out there, downloading the song or buying the album, and once we get ready for the tour next year, being able to go back into rehearsals and starting to work these songs up is going to be, I think, that next step where it gets really exciting again, and you find your favorite.
I think there's 2 songs on the record that I haven't played myself since I recorded them, so I have to learn the songs.
We learn as we go.
I forgot how to work them.
I love the different aspects of lyrics through this album. It's something that, again, that's maybe slightly different than anything we've done in the past. We've been known as a band that releases very upbeat, very happy songs. Nothing that's too down in the dumps. So it's nice to get some of that stuff out. And again, I think not having gone down that avenue before, it's going to come across as being something that's real when people hear it, because it's it's stuff that we've been through and that you live, so it's good. I think the song came first, and the idea every CCMAs was we should get together, right? And every single time that we talked about it, another year would go by. So there's a reason for it. It seemed like this year was the time to have everything fall into place, and it feels right. We sat down with Dave and Chris a few months back and let it roll within a few hours. For us going into that session, it was something that we're comfortable with, because it talks about stuff that we've lived on the road, and same with the Dock Boys. From that, it opened up the doors to potentially going out on the road together and putting on a few dates. I love the idea that it's two Canadian bands that have been through the ups and downs of this business and are still standing today. I love the idea of longevity and then giving back to the fans that have been supporting both of our groups for so many years. And
then you throw Aaron Pritchett into the mix. Like, that's just going to be one endless, enormous monster party, night after night after night. And what kind of training are you doing to get ready?
Yeah, well, Aaron's going to probably show us that. He's the muscle boy, so we'll take advice from him.
I think it's more elbow training that you're going to need to do, honestly.
Brad just came back from a little hunting trip. I would assume that's part of it.
Yeah, for me it's the outdoors. Like, that fuels me. So even if I get a week here or there throughout the year, I'm usually kind of good to go again for a while.
Danik?
You can't take music out of anything for me, I guess. I don't know, my time off, well, I'll call it time off, like, it's going and write songs, and I got a studio now and start recording other people and stuff and doing demos, and I don't even look at the time, and sometimes it's 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, oh, I should go home. Go to bed and wake up, go back to studio, and it's just not I don't even think twice about it. When I got my time off, I go to the studio. It's kind of weird.
I don't know if I've read anything absolutely that was off the wall. The one thing I am concerned about is my son growing up and looking back on some of the earlier pictures, videos that we've been a part of, and having a
Peter
pretty
Pan.
good, yeah.
Daddy, you did that.
That gut laugh that you get from people when they see stuff. I'm waiting for that now. I know it's only a few years away before he looks at his dad and says, "Really, really."
I'll show him
Daddy,
pictures.
You're not Scottish. Why are you wearing a dress?
Worst driver in the band?
I know.
We'll say it.
He's not here.
That's perfect. He can't defend himself.
Is it Mike?
No.
Okay.
Guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
Yesterday it was wild turkey at 4 o'clock.
That's good. Yeah, exactly. Guilty pleasure for me would have to be my mother's mashed potatoes. They're like, it's too many calories, but they're so good. They're so good.
Guilty pleasure. I was just in Montreal last week to visit with my folks, and a friend of mine called me and said, "Hey, you want to go for lunch? We'll go to Smoked Meat Pete's." So we went there, and I had a smoked meat poutine. It was freaking unbelievable. It was so good.
It's not on the Weight Watchers list.
No.
Who
Top
cares?
5 things to eat.
No.
Yeah.
Grease. The 4 food groups: grease, fat, starch, and booze.
Oh, like a softie.
David's pretty soft.
Yeah, I'd say David. Huh?
Yeah, sure.
Especially when he's driving bad.
That'd be Brad.
Certain things.
Not,
certain
he's
things.
never on time, but he's always responsible.
There, exactly. That's a nice way to put it.